Hello, everyone. I'm Vittorio Banfi, aka Lapsus, the developer of Skid Cities. I'm here today with ReKreator, the duo that composed the new tracks that you will find in Skid Cities. Is Pepson and Patrick. I'm gonna ask Pepson and Patrick about their work, their inspiration, their influence, their plans for the future, and where you can listen to them more. Let's get into it. Please introduce yourself to our audience that probably doesn't know you, or maybe a couple of folks that I know heard your music but didn't know about you. So
Yeah, so my name is Petter, also known as Pepsen Online. I worked on some audio for for games on some games before, like Shapes and Jorg, and also worked on a mod for RimWorld, the game, and I guess that's what I've done. Uh, Patrick.
Oh, yeah, I'm Patrick. I am a musician, and I've done some music for indie games before, like smaller RPG Maker s games, where like I found my coworkers through 4chan and other weird forums, and I made a lot of weird music for a lot of weird games, smaller games. So I think this is the biggest project that I have been part of, that like musically, and as I said, I'm a musician, but me and Pepsen, we met through school, where we both go like game development. The Pepsen goes for sound and I go for music, and that's how we like met and started collaborating, was through school.
Yeah, we started. I don't know. We just started chatting someday. I don't know. We maybe had I don't remember. Maybe a project together, and then from that on, we realized that we have like similar kind of taste in music, and we do similar type of music, and so we started a project called ReKreator, and yeah, we released an EP. Like, was it last year? Maybe.
Yeah, at the end of November.
Yeah,
we
and
released our first EP.
exactly. And now we're working. This is the second project that with ReKreator.
and so where is ReKreator in the world? Like where are you guys going to I guess school you mentioned together?
Yeah, so I'm actually from Finland, that's Northern Europe, and I decided to study game music, but you can't really do that in Finland, or at least not at the time when I was searching for stuff to study. So I moved to Sweden to study it, and it's like in the middle of Sweden. That's just a neighboring country, and that's where we are at the moment. We're like neighbors.
That's awesome. And tell me a little bit more about ReKreator. You mentioned you created this duo, so it's you two. But what is ReKreator about? I've seen the art, by the way, it's amazing. I really love that vibe there as well. And of course, before working together, I listened to a bunch of music, but I'm curious to know like what's the idea of ReKreator?
I think ReKreator, I think it came up with, I was binging like old classic anime, and then of course you throw in like movies like Akira and some Dirty Pair as well, and they have like this synthwave aesthetic to it, and I really think it's really charming, and it has this weird nostalgic feeling, even though I didn't grow up in the 80s. It's still really nostalgic to go back to synthwave, and I was thinking that, yeah, I want to make a project, just for the heck of it. I was thinking, and then I knew Pepsin was really really talented in making music, so I was like, okay, I want to make music with Pepsin. So we decided, he weirdly enough went along with it. So now here we are. It took a while to finish the EP because of like we had a few we like school came in between it, and so it took a few months to get to where we wanted to be. But in the end, I think I'm pretty happy with the results of it in the end.
What is your main inspiration for ReKreator apart from the synthwave? Like, what other influences you guys feel like you have, or artists that you really like?
Oh, that's difficult. I think I've started making like electronic music from a really young age. I think I started at maybe 10. Like I downloaded a digital audio workstation and started making trance music at the age of 10. That was really weird. I remember I listened to a lot of like melodic trance at that point. That was a weird period. And then I had like a period where I listened to like like alternative rock, like or stuff like that, like Linkin Park and stuff. That really weird bunch of music. But I think that my main artist that I look up to is Avicii, which is quite funny that he's from Sweden as well. So I think he was really talented, and like I really loved his like love for melody, even if it's like electronic and the main part is trying to make people dance. He still like put a lot of thought in the melodies and stuff like that.
That's good. So wait, you said you were listening to trance music at 10? Like what were you listening at 15, mate? Like what was happening?
Yeah, Avicii. Yeah. At
Oh, okay.
15.
So Avicii, it's already at 15, and so that's amazing, by the way. And so also one of the things that I think was very interesting about your life experience that you mentioned before, I want to ask you again, is you created this RimWorld music mod that is extremely popular, and so I just wanted to know like what drew you to kind of like starting to write music for games.
Yeah, that's a good question. Uh, well, I've always played games as well. I started with a PlayStation, then I had an Xbox, then I got a PC. So I've always been really interested in games, and I think I think I just got really inspired by playing RimWorld, and kind of thought like, well, this music is not too difficult to make, I guess. And I just made something similar and posted on the forums on RimWorld's forums. That was before it was like popular, before it was even on Steam. When it was like you could only buy it from their webpage, and yeah, I got some good feedback from that, and just got some advice to maybe make a mod, and then I was a lot of people helped me with that. So I need to, like, the RimWorld community is awesome. They helped me make the mod, and then gave me really good feedback, and I guess it's the feedback that has driven me to make more.
That's great. Yeah, and I have to say, like all of the stuff that you guys have done, I really really like. I've been going through your Spotify and stuff like that, and also the remote stuff, even without playing the game. It's very cool. So I wanted to ask you. So you composed 3 tracks for Skid Cities so far. I'm gonna just put very quickly one for our viewers. Was the inspiration for you to compose this music, and tell us a little bit more about the work that you've done with Skid Cities?
Yeah, I can start. Yeah. Okay. So, well, we got some reference tracks from you, like the Blade Runner, and of course, playing the game as well. Got me some inspiration from what kind of music we want, and I think yeah, there was one track from Blade Runner, the latest one. I don't remember what it's called. 2047.
Oh, almost there. 2049. So it's 2 years later.
Yeah, 2 years later. Yeah, I don't remember what track name was, but that one really like felt it was really good, and I did like take quite heavy inspiration from that song, at least for the first song, Expanse, and then from there on, like I tried to follow the same type of style and get the same feeling, and yeah.
And then I guess like the third track called Enmity, I made the foundation for that one. So I listened to a lot of cyberpunk-esque music, and I wanted this, hard hitting. Like it wanted, like the other tracks are like, Pepsin is really good at this, making atmospheric tracks that really puts you in like a soundscape. And I really like, and I prefer music that hits hard, it's very rhythmic and it's very like very straightforward. So I was like, okay, I can try making something with this. So I listened to a lot of cyberpunk and cyberpunk music and like Carpenter Brute and all that good stuff. And in the end, I think it turned out really well. And I think I have a really hard time naming specific songs because in the end, like I listen to like they all blend together in sort of way, but still I think it's I also think it's a nice like an interesting contrast to the other songs. Like as I said, they're very atmospheric and big, while this one is really in kind of in your face. So I think it really stands out a bit in that way.
That's awesome. And for one last thing for our audience, so if you had to describe the music that you're doing with like two adjectives, we didn't prepare for this, so this is a surprise. If you had to describe your music with two adjectives, the music that you've done for Skid Cities in particular, what would that be? Patrick starts.
Something that puts you in Skid Cities, that puts you in the right mood to really get in the synthwave feeling.
That's not an adjective.
God damn it.
2 adjectives.
But I was thinking I'm gonna pass that off to you. I get the first one, you get the second one.
Okay, I get one. That
did you have so many that you know how to like, oh no, which one?
Well, one thing we did do was, I could tell you this before I tell my adjective, is like we did try to get that feeling of being big, like you're building a big city. So we wanted to like the music to feel like it's, well, feel like it's a huge space. So one adjective could be huge in that sense. We wanted it like to feel like it, like for example, for expanse, we wanted it to feel like you're like you're expanding your city. And then for emergence as well, like you're being relevant. The city is going to be relevant like for years to come. Well, I told you mine, now it's your turn.
Okay.
Mine was huge.
Huge and relevant. Okay.
No, just huge.
Huge.
Yeah, you get the other one.
Oh, nostalgic. I think would be my pick. And anything else, like more adjectives?
Atmospheric.
Beautiful.
I like atmospheric. I like nostalgic. I feel there's a lot of the synth wave. It makes you feel huge and makes you feel empowered as well a lot. So that's one of the things I really liked. And I totally agree with nostalgic. There is this nostalgic vibe in a futuristic game that I really like, and I think you guys were really able to interpret that a lot. Also, yeah. And what are the plans for the future for ReKreator, apart from probably other tracks for Skid Cities? What else is on your mind these days?
Well, big thing on my mind, at least, not for ReKreator, but just finishing school. We should finish it. We should both finish this year, and like then everything's open. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't really made plans for like after I'm done with school, so we'll see. Maybe something happens with ReKreator, maybe not. We'll see. But I'll probably stay in game audio for sure.
Yeah, and I think my plan is almost the same. Like the plan right now is to finish school and get our bachelor's, and then of course stay in game audio and game music. Try to like maybe build my own personal portfolio a bit to get like a bigger range, and to first of all build a website where I can show my portfolio. But then we can see if ReKreator like makes another project, maybe for Skid Cities. Maybe if Skid Cities get a sequel, maybe that's on the horizon. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I think first of all we'll need to get Skid Cities to version 1, and then we're gonna think about the sequel. Absolutely. Maybe. If our listeners wanted to get to know more about ReKreator and the work that you're doing there, where should they go?
Okay, yeah, we have a ReKreator on Twitter, ReKreator Music on Twitter, and then we also have the music is also on Spotify and YouTube, also under the name ReKreator. And my personal Twitter is Prute94, Prutte 94. And you, Pepson?
Yeah, I have a link tree with all my links. That'll be in the link below, or in the description below. You can find all my stuff. Like I'm on all my active socials. Yeah.
So I'm really excited to work together more.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
All right.